Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Sanibel Captiva Guide. I'm Nick.
I'm Laurie.
And this is Max sitting in the back here. Hey, we're doing another roundup of the island progress after Hurricane Ian. It's a year to the day. Fast forward a couple of days. We're filming this a couple of days early, but it's going to be a year to the day when this is released. This is part one of a two-part series.
Part one will be all of Sanibel, and part two will be all of Captiva. So we actually filmed those on January 1st, 2023, so this is 9 months later. But we're excited to show you the progress that is happening on the islands.
Come along and join us.
All right, here we are on Summerlin Road. This is the road that you travel on to approach the Sanibel Causeway toll booth.
So we had our business on the island. The business, Nick Adams Photography, got flooded. So that's been closed. They're in the process of remodeling it, and I think it's ready to be open again. We shan't be going back on just because there aren't, or to the office just because there aren't many people back on the island yet. But we'll take you out there and have a look and see how the island's getting on. Already, this part has already changed a lot. Last year, you'll remember, this was all police stops. It was down to one lane. You had to have a parking pass or an island pass, hurricane pass, to get on the island, and that was only available to residents, contractors and business people. So the island is now completely open.
And that did open on January 2nd, I believe, of 2023, open to all. So anybody out there wanting to come visit, come on down.
You will see that it's still down to one lane though, actually, as you come on the final approach. As you see as we go across the causeway, it might not look like there's a tremendous amount of progress, but a lot of it is in subterranean advances. Like there's some buried sea walls that they actually pounded corrugated metal into the ground and then covered it with sand, which you probably can't see. You might be able to see some of the tops of it. There's a lot of reclaimed land. They had to stop for a period of time because of a couple of storms recently, but although it might not look a major improvement, it actually is. Just it's not
groundwork.
It's groundwork, yeah.
Right,
Preparation.
Right. So here we are coming up to the toll booth. The tolls are the same as they've been, $6 per car. The difference is there are no toll booth workers, which did happen years ago. So they do a pay-by-plate system. So they take a picture of your license plate. They will send a toll bill in the mail to that license plate number. If you do not have a physical transponder in your car, they tack on an additional $3 fee, making the fee $9 an hour. So make sure you get contact leeway or $9 per, right. No, did I say per hour? Yeah. $9 per trip. So make sure you either contact leeway. We do have a blog post about it on our website, thesandcapguide.com/tolls. I believe you can read all about it there and see which transponders you can put in your car. So here we are at the top of the tallest span A.
Still see there's the boat ramp, which we did go past, is not open yet.
Oh, Punta
Rasa. So you can see on the right here, there's a lot of reclaimed land. You can see just the height of the sand there. And on the left,
well, lots of huge, amazing machines. I don't even know where they come from or...
And actually, this is part of the seawall that I was talking about. You can see it on the left here. You see the corrugated tin, and then on the right it's actually been concreted over to like a curbstone, I guess we would call it. But that's actually pounded way down deep into the sand. So hopefully you won't get the same erosion if it ever happens again.
Right. Speed limit is 20 miles an hour. The beaches obviously are not open like they were in the past to the public, so there's no stopping on the beach, no fishing, no bringing your boat up and jumping off, obviously because it is a construction zone.
There were some flamingos that took residence after the last storm, not Hurricane Ian. There was one just a couple of weeks ago. Hurricane Idalia, and there was a flock of pink flamingo on the causeway, which was kind of cool.
We actually ran down to grab a picture of them, and Nick didn't have a battery in his camera.
Thanks for sharing that, Laurie.
But we have the memory of the flamingos. It was pretty cool.
Okay, so this is back to the original part. This
This is
span
span
didn't
B.
actually, the actual spans didn't get any damage.
It was a join.
It was the islands in between. Still a
And-
lot of construction vehicles, as you can see, coming on and off the island. And you would think it would stop the traffic, but actually there's been huge backups with construction coming off the island still, although there's only a few residents. I think there's only just over 1,000 residents, and typically there's over 6,000 year-round residents. It was just on day before yesterday, it was still just below 1,000, and they predicted it might tip the 1,000 mark by the end of the week. So literally a sixth of the amount of residents on the island.
Good math.
And hotel rooms, how many hotel rooms we got open, Laurie?
To be honest, I don't know. A big resort just opened, the Sanibel Island Beach Resort. The ones that were open before were just small, had 6 cottages, 10 or 9 rooms, so very small amounts.
I actually do have a number for you. It was
okay.
2,600 rooms
Originally.
were available, and just short of 10% are reopened. So 260 rooms, that's Sanibel and Captiva wide combined. So it's just shy, so about 240, 250 rooms are open, so just under 10%.
Right. I do keep an updated list on our website, thesandcapguide.com/hotels, I believe. We'll put a link below, so you can check that out. I try to keep it updated as things are reopening.
And then just take account of the commercial vehicles coming off versus the private vehicles. It's quite astounding how many commercial vehicles are going on and off the island.
And
Good view of the lighthouse on the left.
This is Span C, the bridge Span C. This is the one that takes you onto Sanibel.
So it was a perfect day when we did the first update. It's a perfect day today. The only difference is it was a cool winter's day. It was January 1st. And today it's 96 degrees with a very high humidity, so it's pretty warm.
It's still beautiful. Still, you can look out from the bridge and see lots of wildlife. I see pelicans out there. Didn't see any dolphins today, but normally you can catch sight of some dolphins. There you see the lighthouse over there to your left.
One sec.
Okay, so as we're coming onto the island, you still see is that tennis place there? On the left-hand side, you'll see that the bottom floors are still all boarded up in that particular condo building. I think is it tennis place?
Or Marina Villas?
Marina Villas, I think that's it.
Yeah. And then
the
also to the
boat
left
ramp
is the
is
boat
open.
ramp. Yeah, the boat ramp is open, but they have restricted openings for residents and non-residents. So there are certain days only residents can
No
use the boat
non-residents at the weekend. You can come Monday through Friday.
or Monday
and
through
use-
Thursday, maybe.
Maybe Monday through Thursday, check to use the boat ramp if you're not a resident, but you can't use it on the weekends. So here we're coming to the Chamber of Commerce on the right-hand side.
That has reopened. It was shut for quite a while. Reopened again. Make sure you stop there on your way onto the island. Lots of great information. The volunteers that work at the front are awesome, and they'll give you all the insights that you need about the island. And you can also check out the giant heart made of seashells. Shout out to Jenny Dickinson who made that. It is absolutely stunning. Definitely worth a photo.
Okay, you can see the four-way stop is back in operation again, and we're going to be taking a left here towards the lighthouse, Sanibel Lighthouse. The parking lot is back open, although the lighthouse is still fenced off.
Hello to the traffic cop.
So this bridge was closed
Right after the storm.
right after the storm. They repaired this one.
That took a couple months for that actually to be repaired. You had to go the long way around to get onto
Which I believe we had to last time, didn't we?
I don't think we did.
No.
No. All right, so here we are driving down Periwinkle. Most of these are private homes.
Just a quick word while we're going past these private homes. We did have some people asking us to slow down on the last one. I would have to say that we are on a public road and we can't go too slow. We don't want to be holding up other traffic. But please feel free to use the pause button if you want to check something out.
So we're going to take a turn off down North Yachtsman Drive. This is where the Sanibel Marina is. It is reopened, and Grandma Dot's, a really popular restaurant, I believe will be reopening on October 1st. They have had a food truck outside the restaurant for many months. The food truck is now gone, and they are preparing to reopen Grandma Dot's. It's a wonderful place to come.
The Sanibel Thriller is not coming back, as far as we have heard. Sanibel Thriller was a catamaran that did an island tour. Did a full lap of the island, I believe, but it's not going to be coming back.
The Adventures in Paradise does leave out of here and does dolphin tours and sunset tours and tours up to Cabbage Key. So check out their website. It's Adventures in Paradise. They do some great tours. Now turning left again onto Periwinkle, heading down to the lighthouse.
So last time we were down here, there was appliances everywhere. Fish had set up a recovery centre here on the right.
That was
the
the
old
home of the Sea School,
School,
which they are still running. So definitely check out their website too, seaschool.com, I believe. Yeah.
The East Gulf Drive on the right, Tarpentale Inn, and then on the left we got the Seahorse shops. I think they're 99% done. Most of the shops are back in, it looks like.
So that we have Tuttle's is definitely open. It's a gift shop. They have been on the island for many years, maybe 30 years. That's reopened. The Lighthouse Cafe is not reopened, but they are going to be moving to Sanibel Fresh, the restaurant that was right beside the Lazy Flamingo. And what else is open?
EMC is the gift shop.
Emotion.
Oh, Emotion. Okay, so heading on back down, we're carrying on down to the end towards the lighthouse here. And if you remember last time, we couldn't get much further than this. The road was closed, and I think the road was actually still completely covered in sand.
So here we are, almost 10 months later, and definitely tons and tons of progress. The vegetation is unbelievable how it has come back. Everything's greening up, which is great to see. The bike paths are open. A lot of people come out on the weekends to ride their bikes. They look clear, so
okay, none of the properties on this end are open as of yet. Here we are coming into the lighthouse parking lot.
I'll show you what amenities are available. Tons of parking available. looks like, I don't know, about half the parking lot is full. It's a Tuesday, about 3:15 p.m. The pay to park system has changed. There used to be physical machines where you would put in a credit card or cash. That is no more. There are no physical machines. You actually have to use your cell phone to pay. You come into the lot and you go right to the information board, and it will tell you how to use your cell phone to pay. You have to text a code to another number, and then you input your credit card. So make sure you're aware of that before you come, because there are patrol officers and they definitely give tickets. It's $150 for the ticket, so ouch, would not be a very good beach day.
It's actually a much better system than before. Once your credit card is in, then all you have to do is it stays there, and it's just simply a text, and you can actually update your parking situation. If you're on the beach and you feel like you need another hour, you can actually do it from the beach. So
it actually gives you a 15-minute warning that your time is about to run out. The restrooms, you can see, are shut. There are some portaloos, but the outdoor showers are available. So we're actually passing one of the parking enforcement officers right there.
Okay, and then this was not open last time.
This is the way that you get to the fishing pier, Sanibel fishing pier, and there is another parking lot down here that you can park at. The fishing pier is still not open at the moment. So here's a small parking lot. Same thing, you have to input your credit card, $5 an hour, and then there's a little bit larger parking lot here on the left. And the road to the actual lighthouse is blocked off.
This is about as close as you can get to the lighthouse.
Straight ahead would be the path to the fishing pier. But it definitely took a beating, and I'm sure they're going to be reopening it hopefully soon, because it was a very, very, very popular spot for fishing. There are handicap spots in all the parking lots. That's a question that does come up. They are free. The only one I believe that is not free is the parking lot on Captiva at the very end, Allison Hagerup Beach Park. That is paid for handicap parking. So coming back out, and we're going to be taking a right on Periwinkle.
And then we're going to cut over to the left, and we're going to follow the coast road, East Gulf, Middle Gulf, and West Gulf.
So the lighthouse is still missing its fourth leg. They have a temporary leg still at the moment. They haven't, I know they're fabricating, I believe, a new leg, so they're still working on that. So we are passing Shell Island Beach Club, buildings 14 through 16. And the Sanibel Beach Club. And more of the Shell Island Beach Clubs, building 1 through 12. We are just passing at the moment.
Snug Harbour on your left.
On the right is actually Ferry Road. This is where the original ferry used to come in. Now it's a private road with private homes, but that's where the original passenger ferry would come to drop people off to visit the island. Passing Sea Grape Lane.
And now we're coming back up to the shops again. We didn't talk about the...
Actually, we need to go and show them Tarpentail Inn and the Parrot Nest are both open. So we'll just pass this, past the Seahorse shops again, and we'll turn right, and we'll show you the Parrot Nest. It's really cute. establishment. Only about 6 or 8 little cottages, I believe. You turn right on Nhinga Lane. At the end of Nhinga, it's called the Parrot Nest. So super close to the lighthouse, super close to the seahorse shops. They do have bikes available. So parrotnest.com is their website.
Okay, so we're going to head straight across to East Gulf Drive, which will take us on the coast road.
And you can see the opposite corner, the Tarpentail Inn, that is open as well. Go on their website, check them out. I stopped in there the other day. They look beautiful, immaculate. I talked to a person that was staying there. They said they are loving it, so I would definitely recommend staying at the Tarpentail. So on the left we have the Colony Inn.
Not ready for business just yet.
Not ready yet. But you can see dumpsters outside. It's cleaned up.
Your beach access ahead.
And that is for residents only can park there. So now these, all the buildings on your left sit right on the Gulf of Mexico.
So this was the...
I think these are Tigua Cay and St. Croix. Oh, here's St. Croix here. So the one before that was Tigua Cay, and this is St. Croix. And that is the Kinsey Island condo building on your left right there we're passing. And next up is Gulf Beach. That's at 527 East Gulf Drive.
Still not much happened there.
No. And then we have the Seaside Inn. Unfortunately, it's looking pretty rough still. That's at 541 East Gulf Drive.
Okay, this is Surfrider, and obviously you can see it's not too much has happened since the storm.
And next would be Surfside.
Comment on the appearance.
And Beachcomber.
Beachcomber, still a lot of construction work going on. Last time we were here, there was a lot of casual labour guys sitting on the side of the road waiting to be picked up.
There's White Pelican.
White Pelican's looking pretty clean, although I don't know where they're at.
And here we are with Sandalfoot.
Sandalfoot is not looking too good, no roofs, and the bottom floors, all the windows are out. So that's a ways off.
Sabrina Beach.
Sabrina Beach. Looks good. Sabrina Beach looks good.
And this is 737 East Gulf Drive, which I believe might be private condos.
Yeah.
And Sanibel Arms.
Sanibel Arms is going to be a little ways off. There we
Last
go.
time we were here, there were no windows in the bottom floor, so that's definitely progress.
An improvement.
And then the next one will be Sanibel Arms West, which is 827 East Gulf Drive. Looks about the same state as Sanibel Arms. Most of the properties have fences up now. Still Sanibel Arms West. It's quite a long property. Okay, now you're looking at Sanibel Moorings, and great news, they just announced on their Facebook page that they will be taking reservations April 22nd through August 17th, 2024. So you can go on their website and book up a stay any time between April and August 17th.
Here on the left, the
Song of the Sea.
Song of the Sea. The reception area was blown through, and it's still looking similar, although they've made a nice break room out of it.
And then next up will be the Sanibel Inn. And here we are at the four-way stop. Lindgren is on your right, and that will take you straight out to the causeway. But we're going to continue on through the four-way stop and show you the rest of the resorts on the Gulf Road. That's the reception building. You can see they are hard at work at. And here we are at Tortuga Beach Club, 959 East Gulf Drive. And next up is Loggerhead Cay. And Plantation Village, there's two condo buildings at the end of that lane. So straight ahead there are two developments. On the left is Sanibel Beach Club, and then the development on the right is Coquina Beach.
And I'm not going to add to the traffic down here. It looks like the car's getting blocked up, but you can see they're busy at work. So now we're on Middle Gulf Drive.
And that is Shorewood. All right, down this road. And Sanibel Surfside. Pelican's Roost is down there. And then, wonderful news, this is the first major resort that is reopened. It's called Sanibel Island Beach Resort. It literally opened 2 days ago. I stopped in and had a look. It looks beautiful. The pool looks amazing. They have the amazing palm trees. If anybody stayed there before, you'll remember the huge palm trees at the back. So that is reopened and ready for visitors. So make sure you go on their website and check that out.
Sanibel Island Golf Club is open for business, and it actually opened pretty quickly after the storm.
It is the only golf course on the island that is open at the moment.
And they did a great job of the irrigation system. Apparently did its trick, and the water left the area pretty quickly. Although there doesn't seem to be many people here today.
I guess an odd time, a Tuesday.
Yeah.
4 o'clock. Pretty hot out in the summer. Mostly people will golf in the morning to avoid the heat in the afternoon and the afternoon showers.
September is notoriously the slowest time on the island, and especially for golf too. I don't think this is a...
But they do have a Facebook page. You can check that out. They will show you hole by hole how it looks. So make sure you go on their Facebook page.
Okay, so coming back onto Middle Gulf, we're going to head further
Along the coast
west.
road. And the first resort you'll see on your left is called Sanibel Siesta, and they have announced that they are taking reservations March through December of 2024. So another great thing that's happening. This is another large resort that holds lots of people. So another beach access straight ahead. And then on the left is Compass Point. And this is Sunset South. And the low gray buildings are called moon shadows. Which I always like that name. I don't know why.
Then we got Sundial on the left. Not sure any updates on Sundial. Obviously they're very busy there. There were still power lines down over Sundial when we were here last. It's definitely looking tidier than it was, but it's still got a long way to go.
They actually announced on their Facebook page last week that the Tiki Bar, they had put that back. So, which is another popular spot for some ice cold drinks. So that's definitely
New pickleball courts.
yeah.
Oh, look at those on the right too.
Yes.
Lots of pickleball
The
courts.
pickleball that just opened. I think they're having a grand opening in the next couple days. So they look amazing. Yes, it is open to the public, I believe. And this is Gulfside Place here on the left. It's all Gulfside Place. It's another large resort. And the next one will be Chelsea Place, which is right there. And coming along to Sand Dollar. It's 1785 Middle Gulf Drive. And then we're going to turn down left here. This is Old Middle Gulf, which has the Clamshell, the Signal Inn, and the Sandpiper Beach condominiums. Clamshell, unfortunately, I believe is all gone. Just looks like the pool's left. And here's Signal Inn. A favorite of dog owners because it is dog friendly. But most of these resorts have Facebook pages you can follow up to see where they are with their progress. And the last one here on Old Middle Gulf is Sandpiper Beach Condominium. Fun fact, my aunt and uncle moved here in the mid-70s, and the Signal Inn was one of the first resorts that they built. So I remember coming here from Ohio and coming to visit and stay at Signal Inn. Great memories. And then after they had the Signal Inn, they actually built the clamshell, and they lived at the clamshell, but unfortunately their old condo is no more. And then straight ahead is the house that they built. But they have since moved to Naples to be closer to the grandchildren.
Seeloft Village. Okay, we're going to go through this part here. It's a residential area. We're going to turn left onto Captiva Road and join up at Algiers. Okay, so on the left we've got the Children's Education Centre of the Islands. That is back open and operating again.
Our children went to preschool there.
And then we're just going to turn off Sanibel down to Algiers.
Another big resort down here called Ocean's Reach. And this is another public beach. It's called Gulfside City Park. A lot of the locals call it Algiers because it is on Algiers Lane, but the given name for it is Gulfside City Park.
There used to be a Mississippi paddle boat that was brought down here. They bought it and they actually excavated the beach to float it up into the area and then backfilled. So basically you ended up with a big 200 foot, maybe 100 foot, big steamboat that was turned into a house. And it was here till the late 60s, I think. Oh, actually later than that.
Yeah, and unfortunately the people that put it there never ended up living in it. The husband died shortly after they had put it on the beach. They turned it into a home. They had gold faucets, and I think they had one of the first microwaves you could ever have. So, yeah, unfortunately he died, and then they just had like a groundskeeper that watched over it for the next 20 years, and eventually it fell into disrepair. The city ended up buying the land and turning it into a public beach, and they did sell off the bits and pieces of the ferry boat. So there are people all across the world, I guess, would probably have a little artifact from the old boat. Okay, so here's the turn into Ocean's Reach.
And if you remember last time, there was a sailboat down here. Actually, no, it was in the bushes at the end and it had been recovered. Some private residences on the left, and then Ocean's Reach is at the end. There is the sailboat we were talking about.
And they do a great job keeping everybody updated on their Facebook page, and they also have a newsletter that they send out. So if you go on their website, I think you can sign up for the newsletter to keep updated on the progress.
There you go. So still in the throes of putting the roof back on. So it's going to be a little bit of time for them to get back on their feet.
And actually down South Winds Drive, there is another resort called Golden Beach. Only has about 8 condos, I believe. But another nice resort. And then we're going to be turning left back out onto Sanibel Road.
It's the old tennis courts.
This was the original entrance to Sanibel. Their sign still looks good, but and actually the fountain is going. Lots of workers back in there, so.
The pier that was on the lake there is no longer, obviously.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful resort with a restaurant called Thistle Lodge, so hopefully it'll come back to its glory. And then we have Island Beach Club and Point Siena. And White Sands is coming up here on your left. That's 2311 West Gulf Drive. Villa Sanibel. Sanibel Cottages. Those look pretty good, but they are up higher.
And then Point Santo, another big resort, still a lot of stuff boarded up. So I think they're a ways off of getting back. Okay, and on the left here we've got Tarpon Beach open, the access is open, and
The parking lot is actually down Tarpon Bay Road. Only handicap can park there on the left-hand side, but that's the actual entrance to the beach. And then Tarpon Beach condos, Pine Cove, Sedgemoor. And By the Sea.
by the sea looks completely.
And next up is La Playa and Angler's Key. High Tide.
And just remember, this was the worst section along this road. This is where the full force took effect. So
Caribe Beach Resort. King's Crown. And Sandpoint, I believe. It's so hard to tell where everything is. And this is Nutmeg Village here.
that's where the restaurant
There
was.
used to be a restaurant there. Last iteration it was called the Sandbar, and looks like they have totally removed that. The roof was actually sitting on the ground. So, and this used to be Shalimar Cottages. It is coming back. It looks like they have a sign up there showing the rendering of what it's going to be looking like. Sandpiper West. Those Whitecaps, and this is Villas of Sanibel. And next up is the Atrium.
And some of these resorts look like they haven't even been started, and there have been some issues with insurance and permitting. So
And that's Hurricane House. And here you have Blue Gulf. Sanibel Sunset and Royal Turn.
and we got West Shore and Junonia.
And Sunward of Sanibel. And Janthina.
Breakers West. And Tantara, which I believe is not, yeah.
And then we had Sandy Bend and Sayana of Sanibel. All right, here we are at the Island Inn, and you can see the building to the left. That was actually built to withstand a Hurricane Cat 5, and it definitely did its job. It is reopened. They're taking reservations, so if you want to come to the island, definitely give them a shout.
This other building on the right
Is open as well.
is open as well, yeah.
So you can definitely see the new construction did its job, and I'm sure that everything that will be built from now on will be up to the same codes, and hopefully it will never happen again, but we won't have the devastation that we have this time. Here's Wedgwood. And Seascape. Somerset at the Reef. And this is called Tamarind. And here you can see the Sunset Beach Inn.
And then next after that,
Is Lantana, which is the pinky colored condo buildings there to your left. And this empty lot was home of Beachview Cottages. They were so sweet, colorful. Unfortunately, they are no more, but they have great plans for what they're going to bring back. And Docinia is next, and next here was where West Wind Inn was. There
completely gone.
Completely gone. There was a great pool bar. There was a restaurant called Normandy by the sea. But I know they have big plans for what they're going to be putting there, so keep an eye out. And then on down here to the end of West Gulf Drive, mostly private homes, so we're going to pick up towards the end of West Gulf Drive.
Okay, so we turned around at the end of West Gulf Drive. We're going to head back to Rabbit Road.
And we're going to point out where the Blue Dolphin is, if we can find it. It is so hard to pick out places. Okay, so Blue Dolphin was here on the
Was
right.
that it?
I think that was it.
There's
Yes.
There's the parking lot here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was Blue Dolphin. It is no more. Sadly, it was a favorite spot of many people. It was very, very quiet down at this end. Mostly private homes. And then also, this was the home of Mitchell's Sandcastle. Was there. So, that is gone as well.
Now we're going to take a left onto Rabbit Road. And we're going to fast forward. We're going to go down to the end of Rabbit Road. There was 400 Rabbits was at the end.
Which is a restaurant, was a restaurant.
Was a restaurant that has since reopened as
Rosalita's
Rosalita's.
Cantina, I believe.
And that's coming up on our left-hand side. Okay, and here it is on the left. So I'm not sure how many of these other businesses are open.
I really don't think any are. That was the gym. There was a beauty parlor. So here we are at Rosalita's Cantina. We've heard great things about it. Haven't tried it yet, but I'm sure we will stop in there for a margarita.
And we're going to be heading up on the Sanibel Captiva Road.
Or the Sand Cup Road, as the locals call it.
Towards Captiva.
On the left here is the water plant. Now Sanibel gets all its fresh water.
And on the right we have JN Ding Darling National Wildlife Refuge, and that is back open.
We were in there the other day, tons of wildlife. It is open 6 days a week, closed on Fridays, which is always hard to remember, but the wildlife drive is closed on Fridays, but there's another trail called Indigo Trail, and the visitor center is open. So just the wildlife drive, which is this 4-mile track, is closed on Fridays.
Then we got Crow on the left and the Sanibel School on the right.
Crow is the Center for Rehabilitation of Wildlife.
There's a private garden centre on the left there, Walsh's, which is definitely worth a look if you're into plants.
And then right beside the school is the Sanibel Recreation Center. They have a pool, a little splash pad. It is open to the public. They have different events, and they have a weight room, and I think tennis and basketball. So definitely check out their website. I think they do day passes or week passes. So if you're here visiting and are tired of the beach, go check out the rec center.
Yep, we're just coming up here on the left-hand side. We're going to fast forward to Bowman's Beach, and we'll go down there and check it out. Bowman's is back open to the public, and we'll pick it up from there. So see you there.
Quick shout out to the American Legion. They're open on the weekends. I think they have their tiki bar open in the back, and that's open to the public as well. I heard they serve great burgers.
All right, so we're coming up past the fire station here, and we've got Bowman's Beach on your left.
That's the second fire station on the island. The other one is on Palm Ridge Road.
How did those fare, Laurie?
What's that, the fire stations?
Yeah, I think this one had some damage, but the other one was okay.
And here we are, we're passing Blind Pass condominiums. Another great spot. Describe Blind Pass to everybody, Nick.
There's quite a few units there, but it's really nice landscaping. They've got pools, they've got tennis court, and it's in a really kind of a remote place for the beach. So you get the beach. The beach section is pretty quiet, and further along is Bowman's Beach, but it's a nice spot if you want to be secluded on the beach and have a beach close by to you.
Here's Bowman's, looking good. Tuesday at 4:30, only maybe 10, 15 cars, so definitely time to come. They have a new kayak launch area. I believe it's a handicap kayak launch, so handicapped people are able to launch a kayak there. They have two parking lots, this main one here, and then over to the right is a secondary parking lot. So this is the beach with the most parking.
Has a few spots, 7 spots for RVs in varying lengths.
It is a bit of a hike to the beach. The beach, it doesn't sit right on the beach. It's about, what, a tenth of a mile maybe?
Yep.
You have to cross over a bayou. There's a bridge that you cross over, and actually it's a really pretty walk. Because you cross over, you can usually maybe see manatees and other wildlife as you walk over the bridge.
Okay, we're going to head back out to the Sandcap Road now. We're going to pick it up by the Lazy Flamingo in Captiva, and sit tight and we'll rejoin there. Okay, so here we are. We're picking up now. We're coming to Captiva. What's locally known as Captiva. It's the part right before the end of Sanibel, the start of Captiva. You can see on your left they're still doing a beach renourishment program.
It's supposed to go on for 3 months. So
Several trucks a day.
Yeah, they bring trucks of sand from a quarry in Immokalee, and they are bringing it out here.
And then on your right here is where the Lazy Flamingo was.
This is a Lazy Flamingo 1. This is the original Lazy Flamingo, and then Lazy Flamingo 2 is still standing, and hopefully we heard they will be rebuilding. But there was also, what else? The Santiva General Store was there, and Sunset Restaurant.
Yeah, Sunset Captiva, was it?
And then this is Castaways, or
And
was
then-
Castaways, and the Mad Hatter. So all in this little spot.
The Mad Hatter's gone, yep. And here we are, coming up to the bridge.
This is Blind Pass. The bridge is called Blind Pass Bridge, and right here on the left is Blind Pass Beach Park. It is a public parking spot.
Okay, so that concludes this section. We're going to head back to Periwinkle Way. If you'd like to see Captiva, check out part 2. So we're just coming up, we've just passed Rabbit Road. We got St. Isabel's on the right.
A Catholic church. And this is the tram parking for the Ding Darling National Wildlife Refuge.
It's all refuge land on the left. You can see the scarred foliage, but it seems to be coming back.
Lots of green leaves appearing.
It's no longer that auburn colour.
It's not auburn. What is auburn? Once again, bike paths are looking good. We definitely see a lot of people out biking. They are clear of debris. So bring your bike out.
And then on the right hand side here we've got SCCF.
Which stands for Sanibel Captiva Conservation Foundation. And they actually had restarted their welcome center before the storm, so it's looking really good. And I believe they are going to be reopening soon. They have their annual fundraiser coming up, so I'm pretty sure they're going to be reopening the welcome center soon. And here we are at the Bailey Matthews National Shell Museum. It is closed at the moment.
Okay, we're going to come up to the stop sign here, and we're back into Sanibel proper, and we'll take a right and head down Tarpon Bay Road back to Tarpon Beach. Okay, so dead ahead is Palm Ridge Road.
To the left is Tarpon Bay Explorers, and we're turning to the right here. Straight ahead is the only gas station that's open. It is called Rebel.
And doing a roaring business. And then on the left we got Tower Art Gallery.
And then the Blue Rendezvous Bistro has moved into the restaurant behind. Hurdy Gurdy Gallery, another gallery co-op, will be opening soon. And Timbers is open for business. Oh, actually, the
Grill.
Sanibel Grill is open. The larger restaurant on the left-hand side is not open at the moment. Sanibel Post Office. Open, yep, definitely open. Check out our YouTube channel. We did an interview with Laura Ball from the Sanibel Post Office, and she told us all about the alligator that was living in the post office right after the hurricane.
Okay, and then we've got the left, the 7-Eleven is not open. On the right here, these shops here are most definitely closed.
That's the old Sanibel shops. It
Over
has
Easy Cafe.
Yeah, favorite Over Easy Cafe. Suncatcher's Dream was in there.
And then on the right, further down, we've got Doc Ford's. And then on your left, you're going to see the missing Bailey's General Store. It is no longer.
But they have big plans. They are definitely coming back. They have a good Facebook presence, so follow them, and you can definitely see what's going to happen.
On the right, we have what was Lily's. It's now Mercantile 74.
Not sure what that is.
But it's not open yet.
And then coming up on the right, this is Bailey Tract. This is part of the J. Ding Darling National Wildlife Refuge. It is open for hiking, looking at wildlife, biking. Great spot. If the wildlife drive is closed on a Friday, come over here. They have a meditation trail. We did an interview with Jessica Berry all about the meditation trail. So a really neat spot. Tons of wildlife.
Dead ahead is Tarpon Beach, and we're going to turn around here, which is the Tarpon Beach parking lot. This is probably about 1/8 of a mile from the beach itself.
So another public parking lot, $5 an hour to park. Once again, no physical machines to put in your credit card or money. It is all done through your cell phone. So you literally come up to the kiosk, the information area, and it'll walk you through how to, there's a sign that will tell you how to sign up for the parking.
A couple of small RV spots here between 20 and 30 feet.
And I believe the restrooms, they look open. There's outside showers and some drinking fountains.
Okay, we're going to head back up to Periwinkle Way and then take a right. All right, so coming back along past Bailey's again.
Dock boards again on your left. Great spot. Love it. They actually have some restaurants in St. Pete now, if you're up that way.
Okay, so turning onto the top, the northern end of, or western end of
Periwinkle. 7-Eleven on your left. Not
open. The bank, Sanibel Captiva Trust Company, is not open yet.
This is going to be the grog shop, the liquor store that was in Bailey's, will be located there. Now here we are at Jean's Books on the left and Cottages to Castles on the right. Jean's Books has been taken over by Fish, which is a not-for-profit on the island. Sanibel Captiva Community Bank. Another of the Jean's bookstores on the right here.
We're going to turn down Palm Ridge Road. This was the part that we didn't cover. And on the left, the Pack and Ship, which was further along on the right-hand side, is on the left now in Sotheby's. The CVS here is not open.
There is a deli here called Sanibel Deli and Coffee Factory. And there's going to be a restaurant called The Pecking Order, Fried Chicken and Pies. They did have a smaller presence down the road here on Palm Ridge Road. They're moving into where Rosie's restaurant used to be.
Their tagline is the best breasts on the island, and I'd have to agree.
It is really good. Coastal Vista Designs does landscaping. I know they're reopening and super busy. And here we are at the Great White Grill. It is open. They serve pizza, wings, sandwiches.
Great football spot. And then up here is where the Pecking Order used to be, along with Subway and a couple of other stores.
Sanibel Trust Company was in those buildings, but I believe they are moving out onto Periwinkle.
And then there is...
That is straight ahead is Rebel, the only gas station open.
So we're going to double back and pick up Periwinkle Way. Okay, dead ahead was a swimwear shop.
Ladies, yeah, boutique.
Not sure if they're coming back. Wynn's is dead ahead.
Wynn's is definitely open.
And then so is Finnemore's Bike Shop,
Yep.
which is at the back.
Wynn's,
And on the right hand side down here, on the left we've got the Villagers stores.
The Village Shops,
Village
not
Shops.
open at the moment. A lot of the businesses that are in there have moved off the island. Macintosh Books is in Bell Tower. Who else? Oh, Coco y Cabana is down in Naples. Priscilla's of Sanibel, they have an online presence, and they also have a little pop-up shop at Rachel Pierce's Art Gallery.
Sanibel Susan, Sanibel Fly Outfitters, that's coming back.
Sanibel Bean.
I'm not sure if they're coming back, but...
On the right is the Sanibel Community Park. Great place to take the kids.
And then we have the Pirate Playhouse, J. Howard Wood on the left, and then...
Right is the Sanibel Community House that is open. They're starting to have things happening. They have shell crafters every Monday. Everybody's welcome to go.
Island Cow is having some rental properties built at the back when it finally comes back, as well as the restaurant.
And exciting news, Island Cow is joining with the Mad Hatter, and they are going to open two restaurants down by the lighthouse end of the island where Lighthouse Cafe used to be. So have a look out for that. They should be great because they're both wonderful restaurants in their own respect. So we're really looking forward to those. One is called Wicky's, I believe, and the other one is called the Magic Bus Ice Cream and Coffee. Ice cream and caffeine, I think.
This is Periwinkle Place, looking good, looking really good. They've got all new roofs, and the only thing open here is dead ahead, which is the Blue Giraffe. They have a pop-up food truck, and they have been open for quite a while.
And once they get back into Periwinkle Place, I believe they've taken over the shop next door, so it'll be they'll have a bigger presence as soon as the restaurant reopens. Another place in Periwinkle that has moved off island is Pinocchio's Ice Cream. They are close to Health Park Hospital, so if you are craving some Pinocchio's, go check out Pinocchio's in Fort Myers. Oh, another shout out to Congress Jewelers. They were in Periwinkle Place. They are in Bell Tower shop. So
I'm sure coming back though.
And definitely, I would think coming back for sure. But if you need some jewelry for that special lady or man in your life, go see Congress Jewelers.
And you've got Ace. Ace is open back up, which is awesome. So there is a hardware store on the island.
And right before Ace was Sip's Place, is another local favorite restaurant. And here is the next other shopping plaza on the island. It's called Tahitian Gardens, where it was home of Cheeseburger, the Sanibel Cafe, Adventures in Paradise. One of the shops is definitely back open. It's called Shiny Objects. It just reopened a couple weeks ago.
This land here was the land where they did all the. This was where they had dumped all the
hurricane debris,
and is now cleared, and it's now being put into a preserve called
Bushel Preserve.
Preserve.
It was a preserve before. They just used it to dump the hurricane debris and then transport it off the island. But it's owned by SCCF, the Sanibel Captiva Conservation Society Foundation. Sorry. So they're restoring it at the moment.
I'm sorry if we're going a little bit quick down Periwinkle Way. We're actually going very slowly, but there is a lot of traffic on Periwinkle Way, so we've got to be cognizant of not keeping everyone up.
And talking really quickly to fit everything in.
Yes.
Because we definitely want to give a shout out to all the businesses that are open. I do have a list on our website, thesandcapguide.com/open.
Coming up here on the left, we've got the Sanibel Community Church, which was a staging point during a hurricane. They're back open, and Jerry's has always been open. They've done a great job.
There's several shops in there. There's Sanibel Spirits, there's Nanny's Clothing Store, Jerry's Cafe, should make sure you check that out. Great breakfast, lunch.
Mango Bay is open. And then Bank of the Islands is open. And then on the left
is the Lime Tree Center, not open yet. Home of the Island Sun, McAllen Realty.
The Pfeiffer Realty is still in business, still going for sure, but in the process of rebuilding. And just a quick look into the Nick Adams Photography Studios.
But I did want to mention Sweet Melissa's that we just passed. The building is no longer, but they have renderings out front of what the new restaurant is going to look like. It looks fabulous. Sweet Melissa's is a wonderful spot, so I'm sure they are going to be coming back and going to be just as wonderful as they were before.
So this was the home of Nick Adams Photography for 20 years, and unfortunately we won't be going back in there anytime soon, as there aren't many people out on the island yet, but yeah, it's looking like the building is back together, which is a good thing. And
not only did we have the flood, but the roof was compromised as well, so it came from both ways. Yep. Unfortunately. And at the front of the property sits Island Pizza. It is open.
And Sweet Melissa's has been running a menu out there as well.
That's right. On Friday, I forgot about that. On Fridays and Saturdays, Sweet Melissa's has a pop-up restaurant in the Island Pizza. location.
And dead ahead, our good friends Valerie and Paul have opened the Sanibel Art and Frame.
They used to be located in the old Sanibel shops at the end of Periwinkle, so now they have a new spot here.
And then we've got
Island Garage.
Island Garage, and then we've got Rachel Pierce Art Gallery where she's open.
And every day during the week, I believe from like 10 to 2, she offers spaces to anybody, businesses from the island that aren't open at the minute. They can set up a table, picnic table, and sell their wares. So wonderful, wonderful of her to do that. So make sure you stop if you're out on the islands and pick up a trinket or
Traders
two.
is open on the right hand side. That's been open a long time. It's raised up, so
Which is a restaurant. Looks like they have a sign out front saying Danny Morgan and Friends are playing tonight, live music. Danny Morgan is a staple on the island.
And then on the left here we got Witness. Actually, Witness has been lifted up. It's lifted up off the ground. Look at that.
It is the bait and tackle shop.
And then on the right we got Royal Shell. And the 7-Eleven on the right is not open. Neither is
Snapper's
Snapper's Hots. Billy's Bike Rental. Is it open, Laurie?
It is open.
Mudbugs on the right, fully open and ready to serve.
We went in there the other day, had some grilled oysters. Delish.
Really good food. Really good atmosphere in there.
And this is the Islander Trading Post. Not open. I believe all that land is for sale.
And then SCCF on the left,
This is Bailey Homestead.
not open.
No, there is parking in there. So if you wanted to park and ride your bikes, you could do that. It is free to park there.
Well, this is just about going to conclude our tour. On the left-hand side here, coming up, we do have Cello. And we've also got
Anchor Inn.
Anchor Inn. Cello is most definitely open.
It was higher up building, built to code.
Jacaranda is not, which is not a Jacaranda.
No,
Tutti Pazzi
no.
is not. Is open, I'm sorry.
Ugh.
The Shack is open.
Hucksters Market and Deli. One side is open. They actually turned the liquor store into the market, and they're still refurbing the actual market side of it.
Basically, there's a lot of traffic, so I just wanted to stop. But basically, the Shack, the ice cream shop, is open.
That was built not long before the hurricane, so up to code. So they have the custard, and they also have like a daily lunch special, I think, too, like hot dogs and barbecue sandwiches.
And I said Jacaranda, which was
The Tipsy Turtle.
Tipsy Turtle, is no longer. It's up for sale, so that's not open. And then Cello, like I said, most definitely is. Sorry, I felt like we were being rushed a little bit there, so I wanted to clarify.
And Tutti Pazzi, which was the former Mazzaluna's, is open.
Further up here, we got She Sells Seashells, and I still can't say it.
Try that again.
She Sells Seashells.
They are open.
And we also have,
Periwinkle Campground right after, will be after.
and
She
before that,
Sells
we've got
Seashells.
John Newman Real Estate.
And Sea Oats, which is a day spa, that's open. And here we are at Periwinkle Park and Campground. That is reopened. They're taking reservations. They take tents and RV trailers.
Treetop Centre on the right didn't get affected too badly. It's up on stilts, so they're all open. On the left here, you've got Dairy Queen up for sale as we. So that is. Oh, it's under contract.
Yeah, watch
So-
the space. We're not sure what's going to be coming back.
Then we've got the bait box on the right that's been lifted up as well. And Lazy Flamingo on the left is, as we said before, is going to be coming back. We're just not sure when. And then
This will be the home of the Lighthouse Cafe that used to be down the island by the lighthouse. That was the former Sanibel Fresh restaurant.
and the garage on the right hand side is still not open. Okay, so that concludes our tour. Sorry it was a little bit quick coming down Periwinkle. We're at a time of day where we really shouldn't be dilly-dallying and we don't want to hold people up, but I hope it gives you a good view of what's going on the island.
If you have any questions, anything we missed, give us a shout out in the comments. We'll try to answer any questions that we missed.
And then please do support the businesses any way you can, and please make sure you check out the blog. It's constantly being updated with information, the sandcapguide.com. Make sure you like and subscribe to the Sanibel Captiva Guide YouTube channel, and you'll see any future content coming up. So I will leave the camera running, just going over the causeway. But thanks very much for joining us, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Nick.
I'm Lori.
Max.